Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the committee. As stated, my name is Samantha Gibson, and I'm a Government Affairs Associate at the Michigan Association of Counties. Thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today on the needs of the juvenile justice system at the county level. Counties rely on a variety of funding sources to provide services and support to youth in the justice system. Juvenile justice efforts and resources are not a one-time expense. These are ongoing costs that counties carry. Without proper funding, it is incredibly difficult to make budget decisions that promote rehabilitation services, including mental and behavioral health care and substance use disorder treatment to these affected youth. The current bed and staffing shortage in these facilities threatens the progress we have made with other reforms. At the end of 2023, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist signed into law 19 bills aimed at reforming Michigan's juvenile justice system. Of these changes, the most important and beneficial to counties was the increase to the Child Care Fund reimbursement rate, aimed at reforming Michigan's juvenile justice system. Of these changes, the most important and beneficial to counties was the increase to the Child Care Fund reimbursement rate. The rate was increased from 50% to 75% for community-based services. The FY24 budget also included this increase before the rate change was implemented in statute, so counties got this reimbursement rate as of October 1 of 23. This increased funding to counties will address some of the issues we face within the juvenile justice system and allows counties to expand current programs they provide to their youth and possibly create new ones they were not previously able to fund. To maximize this work, though, we need enough beds in the right places. The issue is twofold. Downstate, we have a bed shortage as a result of a severe staffing shortage. If counties could adequately pay staff within their facilities, we could begin to address this bed shortage crisis by filling staff vacancies and in turn opening additional beds. In northern Michigan and the Upper Peninsula, however, there are simply no beds available because there's not a facility in that region. In October 2022, MAC, alongside several other stakeholders, sent a letter to Governor Whitmer and Director Hertel pleading for help to address the bed shortage crisis. The letter outlined the critical lack of both short-term local detention resources and out-of-home placement opportunities for high-risk youth. Court and county-operated short-term detention facilities were housing youth for months at a time, as opposed to days or weeks as they're intended to be used. Children in need of the most care to protect themselves and the community were not receiving appropriate placement. The letter provided a set of short and long-term recommendations to address this crisis, which are being addressed either via legislative reforms that we saw last year or the creation of new task forces or committees that you heard the family court administrator speak to before me. Again, the 75% reimbursement rate is beneficial to counties and local courts in providing services to justice-involved youth, but it is by no means enough to resolve the staff shortage crisis. Governor Whitmer's FY25 budget recommendation did include $3.5 million for juvenile staff and programming, amongst a few other recommendations for juvenile justice funding. At this time, it is imperative that additional funding be allocated to counties and used to address the staff shortage crisis. With these extra dollars, counties can provide increased rates of pay to staff within these facilities and improve our recruitment and retention efforts. Thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today. I ask that you support additional funding to address this shortage. Happy to answer any questions you might have.